People, it is time for WrestleMania 42 hot takes. I asked and you delivered. Let's see what we got. I think they should add a stipulation to Cody versus Randy like last man standing, street fight, I quit. At least it should be no disqualification in my opinion. Oh, I've talked about this like in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 60, 70 videos already. Yes. Nobody cares about babyface Cody versus heel Randy Orton in a normal match. It would be boring. We already seen this match. It's nothing special. We're talking about a WrestleMania main event. This rivalry so far is basically built on Randy Orton's brutality, so this is exactly how you make this match entertaining. Last man standing match I do like because it gives WWE an excuse to make Cody lose. That is actually a really good idea. If it's an I quit match, Cody ain't losing. We all know that. If it's a last man standing match, Randy Orton with wild ass shenanigans, I can actually see Randy Orton winning the match. You know, that is pretty unlikely, but if it's a last man standing match, it just gives Randy Orton more possibilities to win, and again, an excuse to the WWE. This WrestleMania is gonna be up there with WrestleMania 39 and 40. I don't know about that. I have a feeling it's not gonna be bad. I have a strong feeling this Mania ain't gonna be bad because two main events are interesting. Unless WWE obviously shit the bed before Mania, but I care about Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, I care about Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. It just depends on the matches themselves. So far, the stories are hitting. WrestleMania 41 wasn't necessarily bad too. It's just kinda, now when I think about it, unmemorable in a way. Like now when I think about WrestleMania 41, immediately I think about the triple threat match, obviously the main event of night 1, and how bad the main event night 2 was. Like that literally just pops in my mind immediately. Otis should be fighting CM Punk instead of Roman. Well, I'm open to it. 14 people like this comment. Push Otis, WWE. Push Otis. That's what we need. They'll probably put him in some sponsorship, you know. Eating pork challenge, pizza. After a whole year of not getting the match, I think WrestleMania 42 should have a Hell in a Cell match. Yes, and this is the reason why we're not having these Gimmick premium live events is such a positive. You know, now we can actually bring out Hell in a Cell matches when they need them. Honestly, Randy versus Cody can really benefit from that too. I just hope there's a lot of brutality involved, so it doesn't necessarily matter. The only thing I'm saying is a last man standing match gives WWE an excuse to make Randy Orton win. I don't care how Randy wins, I just need him to win. It doesn't even need to be that match, you know, in general, Hell in a Cell. Let's say Finn Balor, he's going to bring back the Demon against Dominic Mysterio probably. A Hell in a Cell match where Dominic Mysterio can't escape, the Judgment Day can't, you know, get into the match on paper. I think that is a great idea, and just like I said, WrestleMania needs more stipulation matches, more variety, because it's WrestleMania. It doesn't matter how many Gimmick premium live events you have or don't have, WrestleMania actually can have it all. It's like a season finale for the WWE, really. WrestleMania should be one night only with maximum 7 or 8 matches. I know you could make a lot of good points why that's the case, and in some shape or form I would agree. I'm a wrestling fan. Watching a 3-hour SmackDown is pain sometimes because it's uneventful. WrestleMania, no matter how good or bad, happens once a year. I like the fact that more people are on the show. I like the fact that I've just watched WrestleMania. I saw a great main event sometimes, not always, and I get to watch WrestleMania the next night too. It's as simple as that to me. I like wrestling. I like the WWE, so you know, I appreciate we're getting 2 WrestleManias in a way. I know, one good show is better, but strictly as a fan, I never really minded 2-night WrestleManias. Truly. Also, one night, 7 or 8 matches. By the end of the night, you don't care about the main event. That is painful. I remember every year, I keep looking forward to the main event. Well, not really, that is a lie. It was Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. But still, you get the idea. I can't care about the main event because I'm tired. I'm just tired of wrestling. So 2 nights is still the way to go in my opinion. I think the reason Roman and Punk are doing promo battles is because something big is going to happen Raw before WrestleMania. Well, hopefully. Probably a brutal attack, maybe some Bloodline twist. We'll see about that. Maybe a turn, which should probably be saved for WrestleMania. So, here's what I'm hoping for. Go-home shows lately are just not hitting. You know, back in the day, it used to be like, let's get people hyped just before the show. So obviously, you know, more ticket sales, more pay-per-view sales, which doesn't really matter nowadays as much. Now lately, it just basically feels like a recap. Here's what happened, here's what you should be looking forward to. And it makes sense in theory, but in my opinion, it's just simply not enough. Sami Zayn should fight Trick Williams and they should do a double turn. Well, I don't mind the idea. All I'm gonna say is Sami Zayn should turn heel. Hot take, hot take. Sami is a generational babyface, one of the greatest of all time. I really loved his heel run. I think Sami was always more entertaining as a bad guy because of his delivery. He's just so good at it. I'm talking about the conspiracy theories. I'm talking about the Bloodline Sami. When he's acting delusional. Delusional Sami to me is one of the greatest wrestling characters ever. I know nobody even liked this shit. To me, it was just comedy gold. The Great One should be a special guest referee for Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Well, if you want Randy to win, I know a guy. I know a short guy with a big forehead who could do the job. Triple H and Cody Rhodes, Edge Lita type celebration Raw after WrestleMania. Ooh, well, the rumors are spreading around, you know. The rumors are spreading around. I've seen the pictures. Triple H and Cody are sleeping together. Some people claim Cody's sleeping with the entire WWE creative. Michael Hayes, really? Ooh, interesting. Okay. Yes, I agree. Not even a hot take. This will be modern day WrestleMania 31. Not the best build, but we will leave the show looking back at great WrestleMania. I kinda see that happening, definitely. You know, Sleeper Mania, but once you actually see it, you see the matches. Matches you don't necessarily care about. Well, you get great wrestling, great moments, great twists. That's basically what WrestleMania 31 was. Nobody cared about Brock versus Roman Reigns. Seth Rollins cashed in, and even the match itself actually was really, really good. You know, we got Sting, we got Randy with that RKO. It would be great if they could actually do both. But for whatever reason, all I'm gonna say is this, my prediction, it's going to be better than last year. If it's not, well, WWE didn't learn shit. Can you tell me how much time for WrestleMania left? People keep asking. Just seconds away. Chris Jericho returns to be the one to face Brock Lesnar. I kinda do see that happening. I hope it's LA Knight, because the thing is, if Brock ain't facing Seth, well, here's the situation, y'all know that if Braun Breaker is cleared, he's facing Seth Rollins. If Braun Breaker is not cleared, Brock Lesnar is facing Seth Rollins. But again, if Braun Breaker is cleared, LA Knight is facing Brock Lesnar. So I would prefer that. Jericho versus Brock is not that marquee in my opinion. I don't really see the point. Will I be excited if he returns at WrestleMania, accepts the challenge? Absolutely, but that would basically mean that LA Knight is not getting the match. No excuses at this point. What if Jelly Roll is going to be the interference for Cody versus Randy at night 1? Well, poop. I don't feel like even WWE are that stupid to do it twice. 2 years in a row. Look, Jelly's good, all these celebrities are good for the WWE, I get that. Keep them away from main events, especially for WrestleMania. What is the point? The articles, WWE want the articles, mainstream media to cover wrestling, right? If Jelly Roll is going to be in the first match, second match, third match, it's not gonna make much of a difference. You know, they're not gonna be like, well, he wasn't at the main event, so we can't talk about, Jelly Roll being at WrestleMania. No, it doesn't matter. You're just shitting on fans at this point. I need to see a stacked ladder match at this premium live event could be for any mid-card title. Yes, so it seems like Ilya versus Melo is happening for the United States Championship, but Penta is the Intercontinental Champion, and Penta is somebody who has rivalries, but does he really? He's just kind of there. I do see Penta as like the perfect guy to have a ladder match at WrestleMania, so the IC Championship ladder match, since we don't have Money in the Bank matches for 5 decades now, why did I even mention that? Sure. WrestleMania 42 will be the new era for the WWE. Well, yes, come on. Right now, new era. I've just announced a new era for the WWE. This is Monday. Monday Night Raw is happening in like 15 hours, right? New era. I don't think it's gonna be Oba who faces Brock. I think it will be Gunther and he will retire Brock Lesnar. No, because Brock Lesnar says he wants this run. Well, that's what the rumors are saying. He doesn't want to lose until he retires. It would be kind of funny if he retires at WrestleMania 42 already. I don't see that happening. I really believe we're going to see Brock Lesnar for a Mania or two. right? I don't see Brock Lesnar retiring just yet. It would be a pretty big match, pretty entertaining. But if Gunther is facing Brock Lesnar, it definitely means Gunther is winning, and it definitely means Brock Lesnar is retiring. Or Brock Lesnar wins, and next year Gunther retires him. I just don't really see that happening. Roman vs. Punk should just be a clean one-on-one match. The Bloodline should not be involved. It depends, obviously, if WWE can nail it, but we're getting risky where most main events ended that way. So, sure. Some kind of a twist would be fun, but at the end of the day, if the match itself is really good, we don't need any of that shit. It would be refreshing, especially, because it seems like every match ends that way. WrestleMania 41, we got Travis Scott, night 1, we got Paul Heyman with the shenanigans, which is cool, memorable. Maybe keep it for one match. Cody versus Randy maybe need that some kind of a twist, and Punk versus Roman could just be a good wrestling match. Jay and Jimmy will turn heel and help Roman win. 5% chance, but imagine return of old Bloodline at Mania. This is a completely different opinion. If that means Roman Reigns is turning heel, sure, but Roman turning heel to me is not that shocking. Wouldn't necessarily mind, I guess. I mean, Jay would turn heel, that is interesting. WWE drafts need to return after Mania, and brand split should be more strict. I completely agree. I hate this idea of free agents, and WWE draft is needed not for the show draft. It's needed because the product is looking way too similar. It's too familiar. I need some new faces. I need to see some guys on other brands to make it kind of look fresh. Some people need a change of scenery, so I completely agree. I have a feeling that LA Knight won't get a spot, but MF's like a jelly roll will. Yeah, probably. I understand why WWE would do it. I'm just saying, LA Knight, he deserves to be at Mania. He earned to be at Mania. Come on, with that kind of pop, he's one of the top guys. It doesn't make sense. Finn Balor versus Dom should not be for the AAA Championship. The title doesn't add anything to the match. Well, I mean, if he has the title, might as well just defend it. I said it should be the Intercontinental Championship, but I'm fine with it at this point. I'm fine with it. Doesn't fit Finn Balor in any shape or form, but a title win is a title win, I guess. WrestleMania 42 does not need Chris Jericho. There's only one possible spot he could take, and that's against Brock, which Jericho would lose, thus taking all the momentum away. I disagree because losing against Brock Lesnar is not a big deal, Unless you're John Cena in your retirement match, maybe. But it's not that big of a deal, especially for guys like Jericho. We're not talking about Oba, right? Jericho losing, decent match, couple of moves, waving to the crowd after losing. I don't see a big issue with that. It's just that it means that WWE intentionally said no to LA Knight, unless he gets booked another match. We'll see about that. Cody and Punk will retain. At least one of them are turning heel. If Cody, it will be a double turn. Yeah, most likely Roman. I don't see Randy and Cody doing a double turn. At this point, we only saw it once, right? Randy Orton just turned heel. I don't see him being yeah, I'm actually a good guy. Not a chance in the world. LA Knight vs Brock Lesnar would be a 0-star match, boring AF, although I want to see LA Knight winning big dub, but not Brock. Well, we watch wrestling completely differently. Not every single match you're going to be watching needs to be a 5-star match. Some matches don't even need to be rated in a way. Some matches are here for the story. Some matches are spectacles. It doesn't even need to be a long match. LA Knight getting some offense against Brock, doing some cool ass spots. That's all we really need. I think LA Knight would benefit from that match. It's going to be one of the worst WrestleManias ever. Okay, now we're just being funny. It's literally almost impossible. Literally almost impossible with some of the WrestleManias we watched over the years. Can you say it's going to be worse than, the past, 5, 6, 7, 8 WrestleManias? Sure, but come on. WrestleMania 27. WrestleMania, which one? No crowd. WrestleMania 35 or 6, I believe. People, we watched Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns in the main event of Mania. This build has been one of the best builds for the men's world titles in a long time. It's such a shame nothing else feels that way. When it comes to world titles, I'm very excited. It even has some sense of unpredictability, which is always great, but it's so crazy. If you compare these matches to the women's world titles, it's so drastic. The Women's World Championship rivalries are so boring right now. Everything isn't as bad as all the whiners are saying. Sure, at the end of the day, everything isn't as bad. Like I always tell you, if you've been watching wrestling long enough, you know. If you watch WWE, start watching WWE during its modern peak, which was Cody, Rock, Reigns, sure you're disappointed. I am, in a way. But, at the end of the day, we feel that way sometimes because we watch this shit every week. Have you ever guys felt like, well, wrestling sucked? For example, let's take some random storyline. It sucked, it was boring, the build was bad. But then you see that video package before the premium live event and you're like, well, we got some cool shit. This seems like an interesting match. I guess that's because we watch everything anyway. Now, obviously, this is just a one side of a coin. Obviously, WWE are making a lot of terrible mistakes. They do be sucking sometimes. But is it really as bad, as terrible as everybody claims? I definitely don't agree. But people, thank you so much for watching. These are your hot takes. Will it be serious? I don't know. We'll see. I would like to do these after premium live events. That would be pretty fun. A Reddit video, hot takes video, get you guys involved. I think that's pretty fun. The Great One, peace, love, and hugs. It's been a pleasure.